Well, a teacher from Stillwater is trying to make sure her students don't pay the price for a shrinking budget. As our Collington shows us, she's getting creative so her students can.
So last time, if you drew the entire vase, maybe focus on one flower.
This is not just Mrs. Craig's art lesson. It's a life lesson. Her fourth graders, just a few days into the school year, have already realized it.
It helps express your feelings, and you can draw what you want to, and there's no rules. It's very important.
That's because at Will Rogers Elementary in Stillwater, art just happens to be a good way to communicate.
안녕하세요. 저는 정주찬입니다. 메론 남 시지가오. 你好, 我名字叫做刘静. Привет. Меня зовут Karim.
We have 26 different languages and probably close to around 40 different countries represented.
This is universal.
Art really seems to be that thing that brings all of the students together, and it becomes a common ground for them.
Mrs. Craig says in addition to bridging cultures, art lessons help her kids become more detail-oriented and is an excellent way to learn about a student's nature.
Without it, our kids are really being robbed of something.
But money is a problem. Funding for better and more art supplies just isn't there.
This year, I have half of the budget I had last year, which was half of the budget the year before.
We saw a lot of fruit.
Which is why Mrs. Craig took to the web, forming a page on donorschoose.org to try and get supplies for her kids who simply want more colors.
There's so many things you could draw with more colors.
And for Mrs. Craig, who wants her kids to learn early that differences, colors, are beautiful.
So it's not just important in school, it's important in life, and it is a great equalizer in our world.
And Mrs. Craig's class isn't asking for much. They've got a list of items like pastels and sketch pads. You can access that list and help by logging on to news9.com/links.